Today on Ag Etc., we start with a trip to Tiffany Cattle Company in Harrington with some special guests from Mexico. Find out why they're here and how important it is to get these trade groups here to grow these relationships with export markets for Kansas grains. Next, Augustino Boer discusses his no-till research. Then meet this year's Wall of Honor recipients from the Kansas State Fair. And we'll end with a segment on targeting your beef brand. Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com. This segment brought to you by Kansas Regenerative Medicine. Your stem cells, your health, your life.
So Kansas Corn has a very large focus on market development, and not only developing those markets that we have here in state with our livestock and ethanol friends, but also looking at what that means internationally. So Mexico is the #1 importer of U.S. corn as well as distillers grains, and because of that, we partnered with the Department of Ag and went on a trip earlier this year in March and met with a lot of folks that are currently buying or hope to buy U.S. grains. And we're positioned in Kansas to be a great market for that because of our geographic location, as well as great rail with the UP and KC Southern Rail headed straight to Mexico. So we were down there and met with the folks from the association, the Northeastern Cattle Feeders Association that's here with us in Kansas this week. And from that meeting, they asked if they could come visit Kansas. So we worked with our partners with U.S. Grains Council, who are our partners in Mexico, and they organized the trip. We were lucky to have them be able to be on the bus for a long period of time to really see the industry in Kansas as a whole. They started and saw really the cattle feeding side of Kansas, starting in western Kansas, and then followed up that today with Tiffany's and out in Harrington. They've also been to 3 ethanol plants, as well as have gotten to see some farmer innovation and on water conservation technology out in Garden City. So we've really focused on them understanding who Kansas corn is, who our farmers are, why they are an important market to us. We've got to visit the Canton facility where they are loading unit trains that many of them actually do go to Mexico. So we're excited about the growth of the industry in Kansas, and with the amount of corn we are producing these days, we are a net exporter. So we are producing more than we are using in state, and we want to keep finding a market for that. And with the way trade is these days, it's important for us to keep our markets and our partners to understand that we are truly partners in production agriculture. And with us being able to provide a high quality, consistent grain supply, that's what they're looking for, whether that's with whole corn or with distillers grains. Our goal in Kansas is to always add value to the grain before it leaves the state, but we want to have a market for that grain that's left over after we've added that value through livestock or ethanol markets. This is actually our 3rd group that we have hosted from Mexico in the month of August. So we've been doing a lot of work with U.S. Grains Council to bring folks up here. It's a lot easier to see and to understand once you've been here. That's really where our focus has been on grain trade. In addition, we've worked with U.S. Meat Export Federation and partners with the Soybean Council, soybean checkoff, as well as the beef checkoff in markets such as South Korea, and looking to expand that work in markets with U.S. beef going to Mexico as well. So we're looking at markets all over the world. We're also evaluating, and there's a big push in Mexico to expand their ethanol in their country. They've changed so that the fuel is no longer ran by the government, and so there's private industry, and with that there will be an increase of ethanol going in there, and we've done a lot of work to support those markets as well. So that's a lot of work on the international side. We're always working with our partners in pork and beef to look, and our ethanol friends to look at how we can support in-state and domestic demands for Kansas corn as well.
Watch AGam in Kansas online at agaminkansas.com.
Next time you see a beautiful field of corn, reach out and thank the farmers who work tirelessly to raise corn for livestock feed, renewable fuels, and exports to feed a growing world population. The farmers on the Kansas Corn Commission work for Kansas Corn with grower-funded checkoff dollars that support foreign and domestic market development, research, promotion, and education to expand opportunities for Kansas farmers. To learn more, visit kscorn.com.
Soil is the life of a farm, and for 25 years, SureCrop Liquid Crop Nutrition has helped growers produce abundant quality crops while preserving and improving the soils they steward. SureCrop offers complete soil and plant analysis with cropping recommendations, delivery direct to your on-farm storage, and quality crop nutrition custom blended for your field. Choose SureCrop for the assurance of excellence for your soil. Call today or visit their website for more information. This segment brought to you by Kansas Wheat. Learn more at rediscoverwheat.org.
My name is Shane Tiffany with Tiffany Cattle Company, and we had the pleasure today of hosting a group sponsored by the Kansas Corn Commission, a group of cattle producers from Mexico. It was a very interesting and great group. Yeah, really well-informed group. I would tell you that they asked some great questions. Often what they were wanting to know is mostly on the financial side. What's similar about what we do here in our production systems in the U.S. versus theirs in Mexico. But once again, they were not only interested in the composition of our rations and our marketing strategies and things like that, but really keyed in on the financial side. They happened to time their visit with our high moisture corn season, and so we got to take them out to the pit and show them the harvesting and processing of higher moisture corn, which is something that they weren't familiar with. Other than that, really similar feeding systems with what we do here and what they're doing. And their feedlots, as they expressed, were very similar in the size of ours, 15 to 20,000 head. So a lot of similarities there. Yeah, another thing that they were really curious about was the different kind of cattle types that we feed here at Tiffany Cattle. With us being a custom feedlot, we do have a wide range of different breeds and quality. They were especially interested in our natural program that we have currently with purebred Wagyu and the Wagyu cross cattle that we're feeding. And I was surprised and pleased to find out that they had some experience in feeding those similar type cattle as well. We've been so fortunate in the last couple of years that we've experienced some growth and some success, and obviously that all hinges on our customer success as well, and so we're so grateful for their continuing to feed with us. But in the last year we've added on 3,500 head at this particular facility, and we've increased from 15,500 to 19,000 head. And then we recently had the opportunity to purchase a second facility at Marquette, Kansas, where we added an additional 13,000 head there. And so we're excited about taking care of the existing customers there and developing a new customer base at Marquette as well. So a lot of exciting things.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
ValleyVet.com, ValleyVet.com, Valley Vet Supply.
Ag Promo Source is a unique group of marketing specialists with one mission: help your ag business grow. Each affiliate has their own area of expertise, and they work together to bring you advice, products, and services. To get started, visit agpromosource.com. Ag Promo Source, together we grow.
Earlier in my life, I rode bucking horses and rodeos, and my shoulders took such a beating, and that was probably the reason for having several previous surgeries on both shoulders. About a year ago, I decided that I didn't want to have another surgery. And so I contacted Kansas Regenerative Medicine, took their treatment process. It was relatively pain-free. Now, after 8 months, my shoulders have healed to the point where I think I'm probably 90 to 95% of normal. It takes a couple of months to start to see results and feel real progress. That continued to increase gradually until now at approximately 8 months. And I'm extremely pleased. I've got full range of motion. I can lift weights, I can throw, I can do a lot of things that I couldn't do without a lot of pain previously.
This segment brought to you by SureCrop, liquid crop nutrition delivered right to your farm.
One thing that we're looking at is, can we use occasional tillage to, in this long-term no-till, to reduce, to control these weed issues that we have. The other thing also is to look at if we can use this occasional tillage to also help to redistribute soil nutrients in this long-term plot, because we see nutrient stratification in this plot. So what you are seeing on the left here is where we did one-time tillage operation. So we tilled this plot using a sweep plow. So we came in and then we tilled it up to 15 centimeters to help us redistribute some of the nutrients, but also to control the windmill grass and the glyphosate resistant weeds. So hopefully we'll be able to, with this tillage operation, we're able to control this grass and it won't come in to the plots maybe for some time, so we can get by with this one-time tillage operation and then we plant our crops into it. Compared to this, where we have all this, the grass is still there, and that is going to reduce our wheat yields. So we started this last year, that we tilled this plots and then we planted into wheat. And our data shows that this one-time tillage operation actually did not affect our winter wheat yields. The yields that we harvested from the wheat plot this year in the tillage plots were statistically the same as the long-term no-till, and in some cases the yields were slightly higher than the long-term no-till plots. We got about 4 bushels per acre greater from our occasional till plots compared to our long-term tillage plots. So that is what we are doing here, and we are also going to look at soil measurements. What are the effects of this tillage on soil structure, and then soil organic carbon and soil microbial community structure. So we're going to take soil samples. We take it 1 month after we till the plots, and then 12 months after tillage. Then we do the soil sampling and look at these changes in soil quality.
This is Eric Stonestreet, and as many of you know, I love my home state of Kansas. In March, Kansas ranchers lost homes, equipment, and thousands of cattle from the largest wildfires in the state's history. Imagine losing all you have in a fire. Not just your house, but your livelihood. Ranchers are beginning to rebuild, but it will take years and tens of millions of dollars to build back herds, fences, and other infrastructure. Today, I'm asking you to help. Donate what you can and show your support to the ranchers of Kansas. Simply go to kansasfires.com. Your donation is tax deductible and will go to those who need it the most.
The Kansas Wheat Innovation Center in Manhattan is rediscovering ways to get improved varieties and new genetics in the hands of farmers faster. Grower-led and checkoff-funded research initiatives are bringing about positive change. This grassroots leadership provides a strong voice in Topeka and Washington, D.C. Now is the time to partner with Kansas Wheat in moving wheat forward. Kansas Wheat Commission and Kansas Association of Wheat Growers. Farmers investing in their future and yours. Log on to rediscoverwheat.org.
As fourth-generation farmers themselves, Heinen Brothers Ag Service understands the risk and rewards of farming. So when it comes to quality aerial and ground application, fertilizer, ag chemicals, and anhydrous ammonia, call Heinen Brothers Ag today, 800-760-4964.
Tarwater Farm and Home has been family-owned and operated since its beginning in 1978. What you need for farm and agriculture, lawn and garden, clothing and footwear, and so much more. You'll be surprised at what you'll find in this huge store. They have what you need and lots of it. So come take a look. You'll discover that customer service is first and foremost. Always has been with the Tarwaters. Tarwater Farm and Home, 4107 North Topeka Boulevard. Grain sorghum is one of the most important cereal crops worldwide, and Kansas leads the nation in its production. Over the years, sorghum has been either exported, used in animal feed domestically, or for other industrial uses. Recently, its use in the ethanol market has seen tremendous growth, with 30% of domestic sorghum typically going to ethanol production. Kansas Grain Sorghum is committed to sorghum research, market development, and education. Learn more at ksgrainsorghum.org. This segment brought to you by Kansas Corn. Learn more at kscorn.com.
Every year we honor someone in the Wall of Honor. How that it came about was in about the year 2000, George Crenshaw, his son, was the chairman of the Fairgrounds Foundation and had the idea to honor someone that was in the livestock industry and also had done something for the Kansas State Fair. So every year the Fairgrounds Foundation looks for someone who exemplifies what the Crenshaws started.
So I guess when we started showing cattle, we basically got started because Darla and I were both active in 4-H and showed livestock. We basically just kind of continued on with that, and when the boys got old enough, we were excited to get them involved in 4-H and showing, and we actually, the boys were showing at a way more competitive level than what Darla and I ever did. We feel like it was a really good learning experience as far as being time with the family, on the road, at the shows, work ethic. I think it was huge as far as showing them what they could do if they put the work into the animal in the barn.
This year, Jim and Darla Mossberger were chosen as the Wall of Honor designees because of what they've done not only in the livestock industry for their own farm, for their own family, showing steers, showing heifers, being involved in livestock, 4-H and FFA projects, and also their farming interests in Kansas, but what they've done for the Kansas State Fair.
Well, the Grand Drive was an idea that Jim and I had on the way home from the Kansas Junior Livestock Show in 1999. And we just felt like there was a great need for a premier livestock show at the Kansas State Fair because that's a collaboration of all your finest vendors, all your finest people come out and want to view the showcase and the spotlight of the livestock arena.
At that time, we had about 10 steers at the Kansas State Fair, and I think our grand champion premium was a $10 gift certificate. So we didn't have a lot of interest in either the 4-H or the FFA.
So we went to and met with the general manager, Bill Ogg at the time. Brad Rail was there, some other members were there. We put together a great committee of people and we went in and they welcomed us with open arms, and that was, I believe, November of 1999, and the next year we had our very first Grand Drive.
I had the opportunity showing in the Bison Arena, the old arena before the new complex was built. It happens to be the same arena that my mom had the Grand Champions here in, and it was a pretty neat opportunity with the crowd right there, and you've got the Grand Gala, and it really is an exciting show.
It was coined a Grand Drive because she wanted something that represented exactly what this show did. And again, if you've ever been to the Grand Drive, it's a sold-out event. It's tough to get in to even see it. The champion of each breed of every species is picked the days before, and then that night is when the Grand Drive occurs, and that's when the overall Grand Champion is picked.
Well, I was actually in the car when Brad Rail called and was headed back from a trip with my mom and my sister, and elation, I guess, when he said that we'd been chosen.
Mom and Dad receiving this award is very well deserved, and they put a lot of time and a lot of years into help forming and help the Grand Drive become the show it is today.
Something that our family's been very passionate about. The State Fair was a dream of my parents to have it be the premium show in Kansas, and I think that's what it's become.
Just very happy, I guess, to think that we could be awarded in appreciation for the time and effort that we did put in, and we're just so glad that we were able to have what we hope is a really positive impact on all the 4-Hers and the FFAers, all the young people that have came through and been able to show in the Grand Drive.
KFRM is one of the largest farm radio stations in the nation. dedicated to informing and entertaining rural listeners from northern Oklahoma to southwestern Nebraska. You can catch KFRM in many ways. Of course, 550 on the AM dial, streaming at kfrm.com, or on your smartphone by going to the TuneIn Radio app, or on AGam in Kansas on Tuesdays and Facebook every day of the week. KFRM, tune us in. You'll be glad you did.
We do business with Blueville because of the quality of their work. It is excellent quality, and because they make a commitment to their customers.
We enjoy the benefits of hiring a good company to help us maintain this home.
We will always do business with Blueville. We have for many, many years, and there's no reason for us to look for any other service.
I will take action against herbicide-resistant weeds. I will know my weeds, and I will stop them before they go to seed. I will do whatever it takes to give my crops the upper hand, and I will use multiple herbicide sites of action because every action counts. I will take action, this time for all time.
Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture, represents grassroots agriculture. The state's largest and most powerful farm organization stands up for its members through leadership development, agriculture education, legal defense, environmental advocacy, farm safety, and risk management. Members also enjoy money-saving benefits. To join our organization today or to learn more, go to www.kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Hello friends, I'm Ernie Rodina.
And I'm Dawn Dawson with the Better Horses Radio Show.
For over 9 years, we've been bringing the Better Horses Radio Show to markets all across the Midwest. We talk about God, lots about horses.
We talk about cows, we talk about horse health, we talk to top trainers, and we even talk about Roy Rogers.
We're having a blast with Better Horses Radio Show and would love to take it to a market near you.
So visit our website at betterhorsesradio.com and let us or your local radio station know you'd like to hear it in your area.
The Better Horses Radio Show is unbelievable.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. Progress powered by Kansas farmers.
Flipping through a bull sale catalog, it's obvious there's more data than ever on sire prospects. That's why the Certified Angus Beef brand developed guidelines for breeders and bull buyers who want to use the Targeting the Brand logo.
So the Targeting the Brand logo is it's an identifying mark that allows bull buyers to easily identify those bulls that can help them achieve the goals that they're trying to reach in their herd in terms of carcass quality. We know that today's bull buyer, they're balancing a lot of different traits when they are going through their selection criteria. And so the Targeting the Brand mark is really a way for registered Angus breeders to more easily help their commercial cattlemen who are coming to buy bulls more easily identify those bulls that can really fit in their herd.
Sires must be at least breed average for both marbling EPD and $G value to use the designation. Less than 1 in 4 Angus bulls meet the threshold.
We continue to see that the number one reason that Angus cattle who could be considered for qualification into the Certified Angus Beef brand ultimately don't qualify is because of a lack of sufficient marbling. So that's why we continue to place extra emphasis on that. Obviously, we know that that trait has to be balanced with your maternal traits, with performance traits. We know that those continue to be very important, but that's why we continue to talk a lot about marbling and add more emphasis to it, because it's the number one reason that cattle fall out of the brand, and we know it's the biggest opportunity to continue increasing our supply for the Certified Angus Beef brand through improvement in that trait.
The logo is free for use by any registered breeders whose bulls meet the requirements.
You can download that logo at cabpartners.com or call the Certified Angus Beef office, and we're certainly happy to send that to you as well. We also have some sale catalog inserts available to you to serve really as a key within your sale book to help your bull buyers understand how to utilize that mark and what it means for them.
Lee says cattlemen who have been selecting for carcass quality in their herds might want to look higher than the Targeting the Brand minimum requirement, but the mark gives all producers a common place to start looking. Visit cabpartners.com for more information. I'm Bob Cervera.
Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com.